Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been too long since I've last been here to talk with you all, hang out. I am so happy that you're joining me today, and I'm very nervous actually for this video because I'm actually filming a bit of a controversial one, I would say, especially for my channel. But I think you deserve the truth, and I want to share with you my life. So if you are not familiar with my channel, my most popular video actually was a video called Why I Don't Shave. Got a few thousand views, a few 10,000s of views, and so I constantly get messages to this day about how, mostly from men, of how they like the message, and sometimes from a female of how much they are inspired of me and stuff. And I've actually had a few people that I assume that follow me on here, follow me on Instagram, notice that I have lack of body hair these days, and some people have asked me, or one person has asked me, like, did you shave or whatever. So I just thought I'd make an update video for you all of my hair journey. So actually I am no longer full of hair, full of body hair. Unfortunately, I 100% still stand by the message of embracing our natural selves and embracing the form we come in, and going against patriarchal and colonial structures by, embrace, and also going against pedophilic structures by embracing our natural full-bodied form as adult women or people, and also like moving beyond the constraints of what females have to do to be presentable or pretty. I was so and am still passionate about those things, but that is essentially why I never shaved for as long as I didn't. Last time I shaved was, well, now it was pretty recent, but last time I shaved besides that was middle school or something wild like that. And so it's been a difficult journey to embrace my confidence and my natural hairy side, because I am very hairy, or I was. And yeah, that really was a part of my growth journey, as embracing who I am and being a black femme person. But if you're following me, you maybe know that I actually started a different fitness journey. I've been doing pole dance classes, and it's so fun, it's so rewarding. But if you've ever taken a pole fitness class, you know that you wear extremely little clothing. You have to wear short shorts and sports bra or tank top. And yeah, so I would just rock my natural form, bush out and all, underarm hair out and all, when I would go to classes. And I definitely noticed, because how could you not, that I'm the only person in the classes with body hair. And it definitely made me feel some type of way, especially when you're learning new tricks like opening your legs wide upside down, and your instructor has to be there like looking at your crotch, and you're like, oh my gosh, I hope I'm not offending them. So I did have a lot. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I have to take this off. The sun is beating on my back right now. Oh my god, I have no hair to protect my back anymore. Just kidding, I never had. Well, just kidding, I would never touch the hair on my back. But okay, gotta put the mic on back there. I really love this cardigan, by the way. It's my first time wearing it. It's from Betsy Johnson, and I just love her fashion so much. It's like classic and girly, but still having fun and being youthful. I really think it's cool. So yeah, I love, that's like a side note, so I'm obsessed with Betsy Johnson. These are Betsy Johnson earrings, and they're just so cute. They're little cupcakes. Ooh, don't know if you can see, but they're just so darling. Anyway, back to the subject. So I often felt some type of way subconsciously, just slightly. I talked myself out of it, being like, they don't care. We're here to learn and work out, not look at each other's bodies. And if they're offended, who cares? Like, I'm saying all this like great wisdom inside, but still it's coming up like, wow, I feel different. I feel, you know, a little bit like maybe I'm being perceived as dirty or something. I know this is completely on me, but no, feeling like uncomfortability learning a new skill, and then also having any anxieties put on top, can just feel like very overwhelming. So, but I dealt with those feelings for a very, very long time. I've been doing pole for like what, 5 months now, and I've been and actually turned to private pole classes because I found that maybe it would be less like anxious inducing if I'm one-on-one with somebody and they know me and they're used to my hair, and it's not like a new teacher every time and new students all around every time and stuff like that. Just because, and again, it shouldn't matter what people think of you. It was just, you know, pole is a very confidence-based experience and sport. So if you're not feeling confident and sexy and in your own skin, like, it just makes it that much more difficult to do like upside down tricks or just to try new risks. But that's why I love my pole journey, because I definitely felt like, well, I'm conquering more than just physical limitations. I'm conquering my mental, my spirit, you know, my emotional body. So I loved it. Anyway, so fast forward a few months later into my pole journey, I got a pole to practice with at home. It's a Stage X pole. So it has a stage on it, and it goes up. I have like a really, really tall one, over like 6 feet, or over 6 feet pole, like 8-foot pole, and then I have like a 5-foot pole or 7-foot pole. I'm gonna put the numbers here because I know I messed them up, but long story short, I just describing. I have a long pole and I have a one that fits like one climb. So I can't really. I'm very, very, very uncomfortable, unused to the height that I practice with at home. It's not like the full range pole that we have in the studios. So, and every time I practice pole at home, I found that I sweat so much that I was unable to do any poses, any moves, which was frustrating as someone who wants to practice. In studio, I could do pole moves very easily, and then at home, it's like I couldn't even climb. I would slide right off and sweat so easily. So I did some research, and I talked to my pole private instructor, and I found that it's probably because my pole was so new. Some poles have a coating that you have to kind of rub off and allow it to stick better. But after I found of like a month of practicing at home, it wasn't getting any better. I kept doing research just because learning a new skill can be frustrating already, especially if you're meeting limitations. So I went to Google and I asked the internet, just curious if body hair, I wanted to see if anyone put information out there in regards to body hair and pole fitness journey, because I love pole and I want to get better at it. So I did some research, and I found that a few articles and a few things online were saying that body hair makes sweat, and that produces, you know, you to not be able to stick so well on the pole and land certain moves. So I was like, wow, interesting. So maybe I will, you know, try removing body hair just to see how it will affect the pole. I talked to my instructor, and she's a Japanese person, and she has like very little body hair, and she doesn't sweat, she told me. So she said actually not sweating is also a problem. So I just wanted to find a middle ground between being a slippery, swampy, wet mess and being like a dry person, like a dry stuck thing on the pole. I wanted to find that middle ground. And yes, I use the sticky hands and all that fun stuff, and I put it all over my body, but I was still not sticking, and it was very frustrating. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should go waxing. So for pole, the primary areas that we do stuff is like armpits, bikini area, and legs. Those are the main parts that you use to grip the pole. So I was thinking maybe I should just do wax on those areas, because shaving sucks. And if you didn't watch my first Why I Don't Shave video, I am prone to ingrown hairs, and also my hair just I'm a black and Afro-Latina person, so Latinx person. So I am very hairy, and the hair grows ferociously and with you know, with the fierceness. So it's very dark, very curly, and it's very coarse hair. which I'm thankful for. Very thick. Yes, got a thick queen over here. So no, not shaving, because shaving takes too long. I have ingrown hairs and it's uneven. Like, to get every hair, it's like, oh my gosh, it would take like hours. So I wanted a professional to wax me, and I'm gonna just be real with y'all. The idea of having someone put wax on my skin and rip my hair from the follicles terrified me. I'm also terrified of giving birth. I'm afraid of pain. These are the things that freaking freak me out. So I was like, oh my gosh. I actually had my partner agree that if I did it, he would do it too. He would actually go to get waxing too, and go before me to tell me how it was. I was that afraid. So yeah, I started to look into other options. So I turned to laser hair removal. So I've actually been invested in getting laser hair removal, just because I don't have to, it's less painful, it lasts longer, but the consequence is that I possibly won't have hair permanently on my body anymore. So I'm getting laser on my stomach, on my underarms, and on my legs, in my bikini area, pretty much everywhere. I've already had one treatment, and obviously, if you don't know about laser, you do have to shave right before, so it could get the hair zapped at the root. But this is what my armpits are looking like now. And this is after one laser hair removal, and I did not shave since. So the hairs just fall out on their own, and they pretty much don't come back. I know I have a little bit of hair. I don't know if you can see my deodorant. I'm sorry if you can. At least I wore some. Because yeah, I'm smelling good, I'm smelling fresh for you. But yeah, so same with my legs. I'm dealing with, not like, for me this is hairless. I know I'm still having hair. If you can see, I still have hair on my legs, but it's nowhere near, let's see, there you go, it's nowhere near where it was before. If you refer to the last clip or my last video, you can see that I was very hairy. Honestly, when I had to shave for the laser hair removal to get it done, I didn't recognize my own body. I was like, wow, I have this birthmark, and wow, my skin looks like that. Wow, I never knew I had that kind of belly button. Like, I was so hairy, I had forgotten what not having hair looked like. And as someone who is potentially neurodivergent, if you hadn't followed that journey, surprise, that's the journey I'm on. Is just accepting and learning more about myself and how I operate and why I am the way I am. And I believe it's because I'm on the neurodivergent spectrum, which is I think very awesome, very cool. I don't think it's a label that's negative or a disability at all. It can feel like that, but I learned, by learning more about it, I'm able to enjoy the better parts about being neurodivergent. But long story short, when I removed my body hair, I sort of treated like a body dysmorphia situation, because I didn't recognize my own body, which made me feel like out-of-bodied. So this is another step in the journey forward of self-discovery for me. And I know it's not looking like what I thought it would look like, but that's life, you know? And also, I just got I get my face waxed, and she actually removed, I have 2 eyebrows now. She removed my unibrow. I did not ask her to. I told her not to, and she did it. So basically, I have an identity crisis. I feel very normal. I have my unibrow gone. I have hairless body. Who am I? Am I even a vegan anymore, right? Like, ugh. But yes, I am. And I'm still believing in everything I say. I'm going to complete the laser hair removal, because I actually did find that it helped my pole at home. I'm able to do poles so much easier at home. I've started at-home pole lessons, so I'm able to really like calculate and measure and see how much I'm able to grow. Excuse me. Talking a lot. How much I've been able to grow since I've gotten the laser hair removal stuff. Since I've taken the plunge to do the laser hair removal experience, I do feel sort of like weird. I don't say bad, but weird, because I was preaching and advocating for body hair acceptance for so long, and just raising awareness as to why we remove our body hair and what it represents. And I had identity crisis with my mom, my partner, and they're like, well, you know why you're doing it. And that's true. I know why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to be attractive or to be seen as acceptable. It has helped. Unfortunately, I did notice, I've been to a group pole class, and I did notice that I felt more confident doing moves and trying and being the best, or trying my best. I didn't hold back at all, which is kind of sad how social conditioning, however small, impacts our thinking, our awareness. We're thinking of and aware of things that honestly doesn't matter, and we shouldn't be. Like, who cares if you have body hair? We're all there to learn. But because I know and I feel that when you're different, people notice and they make judgments, and I'm okay with those judgments. I just didn't want to feel the judgments happening as I'm learning a new skill. So I did notice that it made me a bit more confident to do the pole stuff. And yeah, I do feel like just by looking at me on the outside, you wouldn't necessarily know I represent what I believe in, what I represent, because I'm not like actively showing that in my physical form. But again, that's another feeling like connected to your beliefs and your programming, or whatever you think, and your opinions, is another way to imprison ourselves and keep ourselves withholden and from in the past, without allowing. We're not allowing ourselves to be our fullest self in this moment without any, like thoughts of, oh, I already said this, so I can't do that, or without any restrictions. When we restrict ourselves in any way, we're, believing in lack and not being abundant. So I was definitely moving through different layers of restriction thought by like going against basically what I've been preaching for years. So I'm going to do more documenting on my laser hair removal journey as well. I'm going to do more pole stuff on this channel. But if you see me without any hair, you know why. It's not because I don't believe in embracing natural form anymore. It's just because I want to be good at a new sport, and I want to, that's essentially, I want to get better at a new skill. Without having hair, I feel that I'm way stickier and able to do pole a lot easier. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my choices. I have like 8 more sessions of laser hair removal to do, and then I'll be permanently hairless, which is kind of scary because I don't know if I'll do pole forever, but I'll definitely be hairless forever. The hair does come back when you do laser hair removal, and that's why people do it like once a year after they finish their treatments. They maybe do it like once every 2 years or whatever, or once a year. Maybe I won't do that, but now even if I do have hair, it's double at best, which, yeah, it's a change. I'm having a life-changing moment. I'm maybe going through midlife crisis also, and that's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable and make mistakes and change your mind and be a multifaceted person, not just, one way all the time. That's not, we live in a dual world, and there's just a lot of contradictions and a lot of like gray area. Not everything's black and white. So I don't want to live in a black and white world. I don't want you to pigeonhole me to certain opinions or whatever. And then I want to come here like everywhere I am. I want to show up as my fullest self, my authentic self, and be accepted like that. And I think we should do that to others as well. So I'm going to leave you here. Rant is over. That is my hair update. I hope you all are doing well, and I'm so thankful that you tuned in for this little broadcast. And I'll see you soon. Bye, my lovelies. So if I can leave you with any message, the point of the story is just to show up as your true self without any fear of misperception or restrictions on who you were in the past. Know that you can be anything you are any moment, and you should do what makes you happy ultimately without the opinions or the worrying about what other people think. Like, who cares? Life's too short to be anything other than our truest self, our highest self. So